Hey everybody, welcome back to more Birthright here as we work our way through another section of the Kanasi domains. So we're getting to the non-political realms of the Dokandra. And here on the temples, they focus on the Nuridan Temple of Sarma, but four major faiths, the Fiery Dawn of Avani, Shield of Halaya, the Nuridan Temple of Sarma, and the White Sword of Kirdai, basically are the major powers here, but they're giving us this one as a actual realm. So it is neutral evil. It is actually recommended, which is interesting for an evil realm. We don't get too many that we can play like that. Huge temple, though, right? Plenty of holdings and in different territories, basically split between Jafra and Khurain. But based in Jafra's ancient port of Nuridan, the Temple of Sarma, or in this case, Saramie in Anawir, encourages commerce throughout the southern Dokandra for its own profit. PC regions choosing this domain can make it more benevolent by having the region oppose the serpent's insidious influence, right? So maybe getting away from the evil part into maybe a true neutral. That would be, again, a worthy goal. Plenty of, again, holdings here. We've got some 1s, 2s, 3s, and even a 4. So we have a decent amount of capital to work with there, and we can force that into some additional growth for the holdings, maybe even acquiring new ones. Plenty of Regency here, 22 and 35. 10 gold bars for the treasury, collect about 16 per domain turn, so probably a fair bit of upkeep. But nonetheless, 10 is pretty good for a non-political realm nonetheless. The Lord Priest Rigel Min Namal, now again, neutral evil, but if you want to have a different character to again take it in a different direction from evil, certainly could be something, and maybe that's just like a rival priest that you eventually topple at some point. Again, maybe there could be some rival factions that develop that could be part of the campaign, and then you maybe eventually get rid of this person, take either, unfortunately, like absorb the Azrai bloodline or just have a bloodline of your own and get control of the domain. But anyway, this character is a level 5 priest that claimed the temple leadership 2 years ago after the mysterious death of his predecessor, and again, that could be something to be investigated. Some say agents of the serpent, and again, that's another whole quest line here, arranged for his rise to power in return for his allegiance. Of course, the temple officially opposes the Society of the Serpent. No one who stands near the Lord Priest dares repeat such a rumor. Now, is a short, wiry man with middle years with a shaven pate and an abrupt, sometimes rude manner. In every conversation situation, he remains on the lookout for information he can turn into personal gain, like a starving rat looking for food, a number of critics have remarked. Again, yeah, certainly influence from the serpent there, and again, somebody that could be opposed unless the player's actually running him. Now, the Nuridan Temple of Sarma was founded more than 600 years ago when Nuridan was a powerful and independent city-state. At the time, they enjoyed a reputation as the wealthiest and canniest traders in all of Basarji, so the founding of a temple devoted to the Lady of Luck and Commerce basically just made sense. Now, the fortunes have fallen in recent decades, but the temple has grown into a major power along the southern coast. Anyone seeking Sarma's favor for a mercantile venture or transaction makes a small offering at one of the shrines. The priests teach crafts and skills at many temples to increase the commerce and fortune of the community as well, so a good business model there. Under Namal's leadership, the temple has sought active control of its worshippers' enterprises, seizing wealth wherever it can. So basically kind of strong-arming and really kind of corrupting some of its followers in that sense too. Now, many Khuranian and Jafran commoners now view high-ranking priests of the temple with scorn and resentment, which is, again, something that maybe some up-and-coming players within the temple could fix. Now, there are others out there as well from other faiths, right? We can see that, so we've covered all those in the different political realms already, but you can see some of the holdings out there. But yeah, Fiery Dawn of Avani has quite a bit, as well as does Shield of Halaya. But this could be an interesting realm, like I said, in the sense of being able to turn it around, getting it away from evil, and just uncovering the serpent's nefarious influence, and maybe then that leads into a quest where we sort of steer the ship more towards neutral, if not maybe a little bit good, but also in maybe undertaking efforts to actively root out the serpent's influence once and for all, and then expand the temple. So a good one, to take on for sure. Let us know what you think in the comments, guys. Like and subscribe. We have more Birthright for you, of course, coming all the time. If you want to support us on Patreon, that certainly helps as well. Helps us get more content out for you and keeps the channel going. Thanks so much for watching.